And of course, on the Thursday's edition of the program, we just discussed about an hour. And graciously, it's the time that we talk about NAFA. The National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority. And guess what? We're talking about the prospects, we're talking about the obligations, we're talking about all of the good things that the communication department has been doing since Elmer Glasgow took over. And of course, we talk about the successes and some of the challenges as well. But remember, I want to tell somebody right there in that little corner, NAFA under Elmer Glasgow's leadership has done extraordinarily well. I was in Cairo. I went to Alexandria and I saw NAFA's office. They call their area the Cairo International Fisheries Authority. Right around there, around the Red Sea, and yes, of course, and we saw some of the works that the people have done so far. So we're back in Liberia, and it's wonderful that Elmer Glasgow has done something well too. So that's why the communication department is here, headed by the great man Louis Kono. Luis Kono is a wonderful man. He's always working for the Liberian people. So today we talk about it up to 5 o'clock. Then we'll let him go. Then the legislative hour comes on. So that's the composition of the show this afternoon. So wherever you are, please let's talk about NAFA. Congratulations to all of you who are just thinking about tuning into 99.9 and all of the community radio stations. By relaying us congratulations to the management teams. So let's have a great time together. Thanks to Damawa Fofana, who is on the social media, and she'll be carrying us live across the globe. So please stay tuned. We take a break and be right back and start our discussion. 99.9 is this Bambara show right here on State Radio. Let me humbly and respectfully welcome my guest. I'm told that another person is supposed to be coming, but we will start with the communication director at NAFA, and he's Louis Kono. How you doing, sir?
Well, thank you very much. I'm okay, in good health, and thanks to the LBC management for giving us the opportunity to once again be on the radio to inform the public about happenings within NAFA. We talk about the relationship with our fishermen, the fishmongers, women who sell the fish, buy the fish from the canoes, sell it to the market, and we end up in the port. We call them the fishmongers. Let's just say many thanks to them for the good jobs, and say hi up to all Liberians, especially those along the 9 coastal counties in Liberia. We want to say thanks for being there and thanks for being cooperative in time past.
Happy New Year, anyway.
Many thanks. Happy New Year to you and the management. Thanks for the great job, great transformation at ELBC. Young team doing its best.
Well, you look so good and you keep growing. You just getting fat.
Oh, good. We're eating fish. The fact of the matter is we're eating fish. Yeah, that's it. Eat fish. Fish.
And just fish.
Yeah, just fish. You see the difference in your skin, your physical look. You look great every time, especially with pepper soup. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And it's good to have you this afternoon on the Bumper Show. And how is do I call the outgoing, or she's still in the position? How is Emma Glasgow?
Madam Glasgow is good with a young team. They're very much energetic to do more for the people of Liberia as they did in the past 6 years. The plan now is to industrialize the fisheries sector, ensure that we have a modernized fish port, a fishing port where only fishing vessels, fish port will land fish products only, exclusive for fish. We don't have that port in Liberia. So that is why we want to say thanks to the World Bank for giving us huge amount of money. Part of the $40 million will be done to
40. Did you say 40 million
40 million
US?
US dollars. Talking about big money. Part of the money is particularly for infrastructure development. And it will build the industrialized port at the Mesurado Pier near the Coast Guard base. Do you know that?
Yes, I've been around
Okay.
there.
So what we plan is to build, the process is on already, to build an industrialized fishing port where most of the bigger vessels that fish in deep waters, we can see them. The government of Liberia only gets the money they pay to fish.
Okay.
But when they catch the fish, they land them at other ports. Like in Cote d'Ivoire, they land in Ghana and other places. Now, all we get is just that money to fish. Now, when they land the catch, the fish, when they land the fish in other areas like Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, they pay more. They pay more. So that other money we're not getting it as a country. We want to get that. So that's why the case for the Liberian future sector was put forth to international partners like the World Bank. And that's why we got that kind of funding. That's why we got the Japanese government coming in. We got the Yamaha engines from the Japanese government that we distributed free of charge for the first time in Liberia to Liberian fishermen. We formed them into cooperatives and provided those machines to them. Then we provided nets to them. We then provided life jackets. And this new year, there will be more of those distribution to the local fishermen because we have some engines installed. The only unfortunate thing is that the engines were given to the fishermen through the cooperatives, but some of them, you'll be surprised that they have not taken the engines from the
canoes.
cartoon.
Okay, from the
They
cartoon.
have not taken it from the cartoon and remove the plastic and start to
Unpackage
use
them.
it.
Oh, yeah.
They have not done that.
Is that an embarrassment for NAFA?
It is for the entire country. Why was the engine given to them? To help them increase their effort. I'm talking about those using those small canoes. The engines were given to them after they were formed into cooperatives for them to get bigger canoes to get in the water, so that they, through their cooperatives, they can earn huge sum of money from the catch and get themselves involved into other businesses like getting petroleum products in their fishing community. They can sell that. They could grow themselves, get to the banks, get some funding. They could get a car to transport their fish products to various markets as it is within other countries. In Liberia, we are playing with the fishing business. But in other places like you in Egypt, you're just alluding to that. The fish business is a big business. It's an industrialized business. The smaller craft, those with the smaller canoes, you cannot succeed on your own like that as a fisherman. In other places, they put them together into groups called cooperatives. Now it's through the cooperatives they receive assistance from government. I saw that in Morocco.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that in Morocco. They have a place for them. They got a specialized canoe. The government gives them assistance, but they are into these groupings. Is fishing business is not individual.
Individuals.
You don't see that much. You see our foreign counterparts, the Ghanaians. The Ghanaians are into cooperatives. That's why they're successful. Some of the canoes got 100 heads of net. They got 200 heads plus. They have 40 horsepower engines on the canoes, and the big size canoe. You've seen them before. They're not one-man business. Group of people joined and put effort together. They're making some good money from there. From there, the guys are building the houses here and in Ghana. They are into transportation business. They're into petroleum product business in the local fishing communities. Our Liberian people can do that. That's why the government, through its international partners, got those equipment for them, the fishing gears. The brand new Yamaha engines from the Japanese government. The World Bank provided through their funding, we got the nets, we got the life jackets.
Okay.
Thanks to President George Weah, who made it possible.
Former president
Former President George Weah, who made it possible. The nets, the life jackets were distributed to the local fishermen. So the guys are not using the engines as we anticipated. They should use it. At one point in time, we went on the tour last year, and we were made to understand in some coastal counties that they brought the engines outside in a cartoon to testify that they're not using them.
They're not using them.
Yeah.
They didn't give any verified information why they are not using them.
Several reasons were given.
Why?
One, they needed canoes, and they want the government to provide them with a machine to go and cut the wood so that they could carve the engine, the canoe. They're not able to put money together themselves to get that done. They need assistance. You are given free nets and the standardized net, the thread nets. Yeah, not the rubber nets. Because the rubber net,
I heard Emma Glasgow talking about that.
it is banned. So they got the thread net free of charge in exchange for the rubber nets to reduce the rubber nets in the water. Because the rubber nets carry on what we call ghost fishing. Whenever it is caught, piece of it in the water, it just move on, and the fish get entangled into them and die there in the process and get rotting. And whenever a fish dies in the water and gets rotting and it's entangled, it pollutes the water. What happens is the other fish products that are around there, the fish species that are around there, they will have to vacate the vicinity of that rotting fish and go into other area. So in order to reduce that on the water, they will got the thread nets and give it to them. You know that do you want to know that they complain? They did complain. They said the thread nets were heavy as compared to the rubber nets, and they were not catching fish. So what did they do? Some of them said they put it down. Now this is a very thread net that the Ghanaians are fishing with. But our local people told us into our faces that it's not heavy and it can be them to catch fish. Yeah. But nevertheless, as a government, we are bent on ensuring that the livelihood of our local fishermen is transformed. And we also bent on ensuring that the Liberian fisheries sector becomes an industrialized sector to catch up with other countries across the world. So that is why with partnership with the Japanese government, they made it possible that the Moroccan government stock assessment research vessel is here in Liberia today.
Okay.
Yeah, the news is the vessel is already here.
So, Mr. Kono, there where I was about to land on this issue about the Pending Fishery Act or we
stock,
call it,
stock assessment.
yeah, through the Moroccan government.
Mhm.
How did it come about?
Well, there have been a lot of meetings here with the Moroccan government. At one point in time in 2023, Madam Glasgow and team went to Morocco and met with the Moroccan fisheries minister, who is also the minister of forestry, the minister of agriculture, water, you know. So we met with them. They agreed to provide the state of the art fishing vessel that is capable of doing stock assessment. And what is this thing they call stock assessment? Stock assessment is that scientific process that is carried out on the waters to determine the biomass, to determine the amount of fish and fish stock or species you have
At that particular point,
in the water. In Liberia, we have 9 coastal counties. So they immediately after the commissioning ceremony tomorrow
okay,
at the Bomine Spear on Bushwa Island, the stock assessment will immediately begin.
the Moroccan government will be
Government-
represented.
The vessel is here. The Moroccan scientists, fishery scientists are already here.
So you are boom the interest of the fishermen and the fishmongers.
The vessel is here.
Wow.
And following the stock assessment,
Mhm.
we have data on how much, what type of fish we have in huge quantity, commercial quantities.
Okay.
We'll know them. And we'll know the location of the, because we got 9 coastal counties. So the process will start from Cape Mount all the way to Cape Palmas. So it will start in Cape Mount between Liberia and Sierra Leone. The process will start from there. And the guys will use that sophisticated vessel. It's a state-of-the-art vessel. I went on it when we went to Morocco.
Oh, you went to Morocco, but
Yeah.
myself, I stopped in Morocco. I had some time there, but yeah, in this case, what does it mean for Liberia? What
Well-
kind of economic benefit
Well-
will this bring to Liberia?
Huge when completed. The stock assessment is intended to give information about the condition of your waters, how your water looks, what are the commercial value, what the commercial value of your waters. Now you say, okay, in Grand Cape Mount we have a lot of huge quantity of kuta.
Okay.
We have huge quantity of soulfish, we have huge quantities of crabs, shrimps, we have lobsters, and other fish species in huge commercial quantities. We know that one. So they will look at the value of the fish stock we have there
Okay.
and match it and see whether we can get 2-3 commercial fishing vessel
Mm-hmm.
that will go there, not to catch all, because you can just catch all the fish from the water like that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because you're thinking about the next time. So if the 3 vessels go there, it will determine whether these people can catch some of the fish there, and then our local fishermen can also catch some fish too. For the record, we have a demarcation on the waters where the bigger vessel can fish, that's not where the canoes can fish. Yeah. So the canoe people got 6 nautical miles on the water, and they put in the vessels, they know that one. And
Are they complying with such?
they are compliant
restriction?
because any fishing vessel that registers the fish in our water,
Yeah.
that goes into the 6 nautical mile, we have the means of determining whether you went there, you attempted to go there, or you did not go there. We got that means.
Okay.
We have the Fisheries Monitoring Center at the Meserado Pier there. That's a big room like your studio. We have monitoring device that we use to monitor
Just in case if
Yeah.
somebody will surprise
the waters.
yeah.
We monitor the water 24 hours. There we have the sophistication to determine whether you are fishing illegally in our waters or you are legally fishing. Because if you come to register your vessel to fish in our waters, we get connected to your vessel with a monitoring device.
Okay.
And you can get into trouble if you switch that monitoring device off.
On a different location.
That means you are doing something bad.
Illegally.
Yeah, and you don't want us to know what you're doing.
It's Liberia sophisticated indeed in tracking down those people who will be illegally operating our waters.
We do have that. We do have that. And I tell you, in time past, because of the sophistication, with the help of the Liberia National Coast Guard, we're able to track down bigger vessels that were into
Where did they
IUU
come from?
fishing.
Where did they come from?
The international vessels.
Oh, international.
Yes, they were arrested. We had some of
And what are the fines imposed on them?
huge fines being
Are they
imposed.
compliable?
Some of the people, some of the vessels, because they were fined, they left them in Liberia.
They ran away.
Some of the vessels
Are you
sank.
chasing after them?
Some of the vessels sank in our waters at the Meserado Pier. That is why we're going to do dredging.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some money from some of those illegal vessels. Yeah,
Okay.
that some of the monies that start up the operations of NAFA from 2018. So yes, we arrested illegal vessels on our waters. Yes, we have the capacity to monitor our waters, and currently we are more sophisticated to ensure that our waters are safe with the help of the Coast Guard. So illegal fishing on our waters has reduced to some extent as compared to a couple of years back. Before
Since 2018.
so yes, since 2018 has reduced.
What kind of
drastically.
mechanism, Mr. Kono, what kind of mechanism is Madam Emma Glasgow using to ensure that she meets up with most of these positive results?
Well, there are a lot of programs with.
She's a lady. She shouldn't be too tough. And people will say
The first thing, she has the capacity to run NAFA because she was there before, and it's through the government, the past government, talking about the then Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government.
Yeah.
Most of those in NAFA
Yeah.
were given the opportunity to explore academic field in the fishery sector. So they've come back to make their contribution to the country, and they are fully equipped academically technically to run NAFA. That's why you see NAFA where it is today. We did not get a foreign national to run the affairs of NAFA. NAFA being operated by Liberians who have the sophistication, the knowledge, the experience, the technical know-how to run NAFA. So that why got NAFA where it is today. So concerning the stock assessment, you asked earlier about why it is necessary, what the country hopes to achieve.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, from there. Previously, I told you that the plan of Liberian government is to industrialize the fishery sector. To have the sector industrialized, you have to have data on the current status of the water. That's how you'll be able to bring in bigger vessels to fish in our waters. We have 9 coastal counties in Liberia. These 9 coastal counties, there are various types of fish species in them. The 9 coastal counties range from Grand Cape Mount to Cape Amos. So you're talking about Grand Cape Mount, you're talking about Bumi, you're talking about Montserrado, you go on to Grand Bassa, Magibi, Grand Bassa, Riverside, Sino, Grand Cru, and Maryland. In all the waters, there are different types of species, high-value species that are needed internationally. So you can't just put a lot of boats on the water to go fishing. It's just like you're going to have a party.
Okay.
You're having this party on tomorrow or next week, Friday. You will not just send a bunch of invitation out. You should first of all know the food you come in to prepare at the party, the food, maybe you got 2 bags of rice. You determine how many person can eat the 2 bags of rice. The soft drink, the water that we supply, you should know that. All of the things should be put in place before you can send invitation to people to come to your party. So to have people come here and fish in our waters in good number, maybe we want 30 vessels or 15 vessels in our water. Internationally, we should have records before we can do that. Because if we do it without the records, we get penalties from international fisheries bodies. They'll ask what really led you
to have given the
invitation or licenses to 15 to 30 vessels to fish in your water. And like in other countries, because of the love for money, they just put a lot of vessels on the water. And then you constrain the water. Even the locals that will go fish will not get anything for any water. So before you put that effort on the water, you must have known, you must have carried out a stock assessment. Now, this is the process where you get basic scientific information about the condition of the water. Then, from there, now you can do a plan, management plan, on how to proceed in getting vessels on the water. So we are in the process of getting on track industrially to be an industrialized country. The fisheries sector turning into industrialized fisheries sector. First, we will have that record. Number 2, they'll move on to doing our port, doing the industrial port. When our port is done, then we'll be getting all of the monies from fishing. We will not only get license fees money, but we'll get money from people bringing in those fish products on our local, dumping those products at the port. You pay to do that. Then you create jobs where the locals will be recruited to help to do what it calls the sorting out the fish. You know, the nets, when you put the nets in the water, the nets do not distinguish the baple from the pojo. None does it distinguish shark from cassava fish. It grabs everything.
Yeah.
So when the net when that haul is done and it is discharged in the vessel, you will now take away the naple you want to take. Then they got something called SS catch. And, you know, so you pay to catch a certain type of fish, but the net will not be the one to say, no, I'm not going to take the fish, you'll take all. So that SS catch, you have to lend them that market so that it can go into, you know, lending out at the port when the port is completed, so it can impact our local market, our local fish market, so that it will reduce the issue of importation. So to get to that level, the first step is to know the condition of your water. And so that process going to start tomorrow, immediately after the commissioning ceremony.
So after this commission, what actually does Liberia, where does Liberia stand in terms of making the fishery sector more viable?
Well, to get to that level, like we said, it's a process to get there. Well, let me tell you, when the stock assessment is completed, it will bring about the industrialization
of fishery
of the Liberian fisheries sector. Yes. Now, this stock assessment, as I said, will gather data or basic fisheries information, and those information we've for a long while we never had them, and we need them. And why do we need them? We need it so that we can be able to develop management plan. Because you need to have a plan if you can carry out anything in your life. So we need to have a management plan. That plan will use to govern the fisheries sector for governance purpose. We get our plan to use it for that purpose. Now, they will tell us whether the water we have is viable for commercialization. Whether we can get more vessels on it. Currently, we have six vessels.
In
Six
Liberia.
trawler we got it on the waters, and the reason why we can pass six because we don't have the basic information.
Okay.
So that information we're waiting for. We should thank the Japanese government for their sponsorship that have brought over the Moroccan newly constructed equipped vessel to do the stock assessment within a period of 2 weeks. Within a period of 2 weeks, the Moroccan vessel that will be doing the stock assessment along the Moroccan scientists along with Liberian fishery scientists. Yeah, we have fishery scientists here too. They've been on a lot of vessels. They've been around the world, with a lot of local, international vessels. I mean, they've been on the water, so they know about what they call stock assessment. So they will join them. They join the Moroccan counterparts. They will go get that information.
Do you see sources coming out of what NAFA is doing?
Well, it is time that the fishery sector boom. The fishing business is a serious commercial business, and we want to take it at that level, like other countries are doing. We don't have cannery. We don't have factories producing sardines, tinapos, and other things. We got to fish for that, yeah. But we just want to know the total, quantity we have per counters, because they will do that.
So then, knowing the quantity of the kind of
stock,
fishes we have, what benefit does it bring to Liberia?
It helps you to make decisions whether to allow additional vessels. More, I told you, we got six on the water fishing. So from the stock assessment, we get to know the possibility of bringing in maybe additional 15
vessels.
Maybe additional 15 in the waters. Yeah. The report from the stock assessment will give us that amount of information.
What kind of dividend are we really getting from these vessels monetarily?
I can't speak to figures.
Okay.
But right now I told you that to fish in our water, the vessels are paying the cost to fish.
But Liberians want to know. So
no, what I do know for those industrialized vessels, I don't have the information.
No. Yeah.
But for the local canoes, I can speak to that. Like we surely have the collection of the
those that stay in the canoe and just throw the net.
Fishing lesson.
Fishing net.
We're going to by the 1st of February, we're going to start the collection of the fishing license fee in the various fishing communities across the 9 coastal counties. Yes, every year in January we'll do that. But this year we've given them the grace period of 1 month, January, to fish and be prepared in February. In February, the Monrovia team will join the local teams in the 9 coastal counties, so that they can do the collection. So let me leave this industrial part and come to this local fishing fees collection. We have the canoes into categories. We have those that are using the machines, and then we have the other group not using the machine. Even the group using the machines into categories. So, like I said, on the 1st of February, we'll start. That will be on the Thursday. So, the categories of the horsepower, the engine and the gas category. So, from 1 to 15 horsepower, fishermen will pay $250 United States to fish for the entire year. $250. Currently, they've been fishing
with no cost.
No cost. So, they have a period to compile the money, put the money together, and wait for the team to issue them
the clearance
or
receipts. Financial.
Yeah. So, and then from 16 to 40 horsepower, the fishermen in that category will pay $475 United States to fish for just a year, the whole year. For the 1 to 100 horsepower, we pay $1,250 This is something that the fishermen are aware of. Then they have another group of fishermen that comes from Ivory Coast, and then another group can come from Sierra Leone. They will refer to them as migrant or seasonal fishermen. The fish can travel or migrate from one country to another. So there's certain times you have the season for a particular fish. So if they know that the fish left Sierra Leone, certain species left Sierra Leone and they're in Liberian waters, the local fishermen can communicate with the Sierra Leone fishermen. Likewise, the fishermen in Ivory Coast. So they have communication lines open. So they will tell the men that, oh, the boni is really dying here. So the foreign guys will come so they can pay for fishing. For that period, they pay $1,596. Then what's about those with the canoes?
For the whole year?
For the whole year of the fishing. What's about those with the canoes, the pedalo canoes? They are paying $50 only.
For the whole year?
For the whole year.
Are they complying?
We would say yes, to some extent, they complied. For some, you have to run around them before they can come in with their payments. But what we've been doing to have a huge number of them paid is that we're working through their local organizations. They have the Liberia Artisanal Fishermen Association called LAFA. We're working through LAFA leadership and membership to ensure that, because some of them they are all fishermen.
Yeah.
In this organization, they organize themselves to govern fishermen. They are the liaison between the local fishermen, local fishing community, and the government of Liberia. So working with LAFA, we're also working with the CMA, the Collaborative Management Association. Some were established by NAFA, others were established through Fisheries NGO, the EJF, did establish some. And the CAFU is supporting some of them. So we have those are the categories. So we look forward to those in the peddling canoe categories to pay the $50 beginning the 1st of February. And those in the various engines category from 1 to 100 horsepower to make their payment as of February. The government does not have any plan to stop any fishermen from fishing. However, government calls for voluntary compliance on their part. That's why we are talking with the local fishing chiefs to begin to sensitize them, create the awareness, work with us to create the awareness so that those guys can put the money aside for the government. So that when the team gets into the counties, so that team can go through too much run around, but rather will receive huge cooperation from the fishermen.
Mr. Kono, this is a new government. And all of these things you are talking about were all started in the former government. What do you envisage?
Well, the government, headed by President Joseph Boakai, looks forward to productivity. President Boakai wants to work with any government official, any Liberian that is productive, to move the country forward.
Yeah.
So at NAFA, productivity is our hallmark. NAFA operates as an NGO. Need be, we even can work on Sunday. Yeah, we've worked on Sundays, we work on holidays, we've worked on Saturdays. And that's the vision that got NAFA where NAFA is today. NAFA is running in its operation, not sliding back. So the visionary director general we have and our technical team, we are moving forward. So I do believe.
What kind of innovation does Edmund Glasgow hold that keeps making NAFA to boom around here?
Like I said, we work like an NGO. We are not uh, pushing work or padding work up. We ensure that we complete a task a day after the other. One day after another, we complete a task for today, and we jump on the other one the next day, on that the other day. And this has helped to attract international fundings. The Japanese government came in, the Icelandic government came in. It's just that because of the COVID, the Icelandic government had to slow down. The Icelandic government were coming in with the modern, nice oven for the fishmongers. I saw it. They did a pilot project at MPDC, and I saw that. If it were not for COVID, that project would have impacted the local fishing community. But efforts have been made to have that project brought back on, because it started, and we have all of the documents. We stay in talk with the Islamic government to ensure that it happens. This Islamic government was very instrumental in providing education, fisheries education, to master's level trainings, capacity building trainings for NAFA staff. You see, we attracted that. We also got support from the World Bank, and the World Bank does what they call their rating, and most of the time NAFA is rated as one of those governmental entity, or Liberia is rated in the fishery sector as a go-getter. NAFA is rated as a go-getter by the World Bank because of its performance over the years.
Okay, folks, if you just joined us this afternoon, you are listening to the Bumper Show on ELBC Radio 99.9 and other frequencies across Liberia. My guest this afternoon on the show is the Director of Communications at the National Aquaculture and we call it the NAFA, right?
The National Fisheries
National Fishery and Aquaculture Authority, NAFA. And of course, he's Louis Kono, and we're talking about the prospects of NAFA and some of the plans for this year. And again, tomorrow is a commissioning of major
the Moroccan Research Festival.
Yeah, so the Moroccan government has already agreed to work with NAFA, and that's why they will be commissioning such innovation tomorrow. So
the vessel is already here. The Moroccan Minister for Fisheries, for Agriculture, Maritime Fisheries, Rural Development, Water and Forestry, His Excellency Mohamed Siddiqui, is already in Liberia. He and his entourage, according to the schedule, they have already landed in Liberia. And then apart from them, we also look forward to having the other people we expect in today for the commissioning ceremony tomorrow. Fisheries cabinet ministers from Ivory Coast, Guinea Conakry, among others. And Liberia is also expecting the Secretary General and presidents of regional fisheries management organizations to be in attendance.
It's a huge
attendance, and the top officials from this government too will be there. Like I told you, this government looks forward to productivity.
The government of Ambassador Bouaka
looks forward to productivity. So, having heard about the productiveness of NAFA's administration, any government, that means we want to work with NAFA
That's
for
good.
the good of this country.
Thank you so much. Louis Kono is right here. So wherever you are, you can place your call on 0880. That's 08. This baseline is not too well. It's not doing too much good. So I will give you these alternative lines: 0886 324740, 0886 324740, or 07759785530. You can call and be a part of the discussion this afternoon. 07759785530, or 08805. That's 886 but you can still try on our baseline 08805140096, so we can talk the talk right here on the Bumper Show. Louis Kono is right here representing NAFA. He's the official spokesperson of NAFA, and we're talking about the commissioning of the NAFA, all of the prospects, all of the good things they've been doing. And of course, we need to talk about them. So we go to the line and talk to this very first caller. Good afternoon. How you doing?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. My name is Prince A. Kawe, and I call from a problem.
Go ahead, sir.
Let me say a big thank you to your studio guest. But my question to him is, for his expose, I think you're saying that we do not have a podium for the depth of fishing ship or larger vessels. They have been taken into other countries like Ghana and Ivory Coast and rest of it. My question is, do we have representation in this country that these ships that come on Labrador water, that they only pay to fish? They are complying with our laws, because some of them, as you pay, if you kind of overfish it and go to this country, are there any country to watch what is taking place on this vessel water?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. He's jotted on the points: 077-597-8530 or 080-514-096. Or you can still call me on this other Lone Star number, 0886-324-740. Let's talk right here. Louis Kono is here representing NAFA. He's the spokesperson of NAFA. And let's talk about what he's spoken about already. So please call and let's talk the talk right here. You, Mr. Kono, you can just respond to this person who just called. And
all right, he concerned about whether we have representatives on the vessels. Any fishing vessel that applies to fish in our water, we normally deployed fisheries technicians on the vessel when they're going to fish.
Okay.
Yes. Those fisheries technicians are assigned on the vessel for the period of the fishing and that the vessel will do on our waters. So besides assigning them, we also have, like I told you, the monitoring device attached to the vessel. So let's say our men then were compromised. That device will not be compromised. If you cut the device off and went into the 6 nautical mile, the place where the cleanliness of the fishing, you go there with a shape to fishing, we can track you.
We can trace them.
Another thing that can help us to know about it is that our local fishermen too, they are equipped. They got cameras that they've received that they can take photos of the vessel doing the fishing and report them
on the water.
On the waters here. Every vessel has particular number on it. Every vessel for that matter. So they just capture, it can be on the side of the vessel. They capture those things, and when we match them, we put them into our system, it tells you where the vessel coming from. If the vessel is an IUU vessel, we get to know. And there are international fisheries bodies that Liberia is connected to. It's a member tool.
Okay.
So if a vessel, take for example, a vessel came from Nigeria and come in Liberian water and did carry out illegal fishing and escape, but
you can still track them.
We got the I told you about the FMC, the Fisheries Monitoring Center. At that center, we have monitoring device that able to track a vessel from here into other countries. So we look at the particular of that vessel and report it to the international bodies. They will know, how to help us to get the vessel and so can impose fines on the vessel, and there are penalties for that. So we're not operating outside international fisheries body. We're operating in line with international fisheries body as a country.
Okay, listeners, we can take few calls. Like another person just called and he heard a response from Mr. Louis Kono. You can call me and we can talk on what you think needs to be done. 077 So we talk about the fishery sector of our country, and it's always good to put out what is in your mind, and that is the only way organization can develop. Don't keep it. Good afternoon. Hello. Please lower the radio. I'm okay.
Yes.
Oh man.
Know something about Indians, but it's that work for the people who study teacher at the university.
Huh?
Yeah, we operate in the fisheries.
So put the phone off. You listen to Mr. Kono, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Listen to him. Thank you.
In order to build the capacity of younger librarians through the World Bank project, we've established a fisheries science department at the University of Liberia. So she's asking whether the voluntary job for them. Well, not now, but that'll be done later. We are working on a lot of plans to ensure that those that are that one of the reasons why I want to industrialize the sector, because when the sector is industrialized, it creates that opportunities. You see fisheries in its practicality, and then you learn faster. So in the near, not too distant future, opportunities will be provided for jobs for those that are studying at the University of Liberia doing fisheries science. So thanks very much for the question, and keep your heads high up. Do your best. Tomorrow, you could be the next Madam Emma Metier Glasgow operating in the Liberian fisheries sector.
Mr. Kono, we don't have time. Yeah, just wrap up.
Okay, so the program tomorrow will be at the Beaumont PS. It starts at 11 o'clock prompt. And so the public is invited. The vessel from Morocco, the research vessel is already in country. It got in country yesterday. The Moroccan delegation are already here. We're expecting another delegation from Guinea. We're expecting another delegation from Ivory Coast and other places. Fisheries cabinet ministers from other countries in the West African sub-region will be here to grace this occasion. I want to say thanks to the Japanese government for sponsoring this initiative. The process will last for 14 days. Following the 14 days, the scientists will take the data, compile them, and then give us the data. We inform the public about what our water look like, how it is, and the decision that management will make. Will let the public know as time goes by.
Thank you so much, Mr. Louis Kono.
And thank you, Mr. Stewart Jr., for the opportunity to have me on the radio, the management of NAFA. Thanks to Madam Glasgow also for the stewardship. And we hope that we can collectively joint effort in ensuring that Liberia become an industrial fishing nation like other countries.
Well, he's Louis Kono. He's the director of communications at NAFA, under the leadership of Madam Emma Metier Glasgow. He's been my guest on the Bumper Show this afternoon. And of course, we've been talking about a lot of good things that NAFA has been doing for Liberia's growth in the fishery sector. It was wonderful having all of you right today. My name is Melvin Stewart. Congratulations to all of you for listening as well. I I will be back here on next Thursday. But remember, Liberia is all we have. Let's love this nation and build this nation. Congratulations, Ambassador Joseph Joman Boaka, the industrious president of our country. Thank you so much for taking over this state. We believe that you can make the difference. Have a wonderful day.